In the mists of ancient Britain, where myth and history intertwine, there is one figure who remains as enigmatic as she is powerful, the Lady of the Lake. She is neither fully human nor entirely divine, yet her presence shapes one of the greatest legends ever told. Without her, Arthur would never have risen as the king destined to unite Britain, and the sword Excalibur would never have passed into his hands. But who was this mysterious woman? A benevolent spirit, a dangerous sorceress, or something in between? The earliest tales describe her as Vivian, Ninian, or simply the Lady of the Lake, a name whispered with reverence and fear. She dwelled beneath the waters, in a realm hidden from mortal eyes, where time moved differently and magic ruled. It was here that she forged a bond with Merlin, the great wizard of Arthur's court. Some stories say she loved him, others insist she betrayed him, trapping him within a crystal cave or beneath a tree. Whether driven by desire, jealousy, or power, the lady's influence over Merlin was undeniable, shaping the very fate of Camelot. But her most famous act was the gifting of Excalibur. In one version, she rose from the depths, her arm clad in shimmering silk, holding the sword aloft for Arthur to claim. In another, she presented it to him personally, veiled in beauty and mystery, her eyes glimmering with secrets of the other world. Excalibur was no ordinary weapon. Forged with enchantments, it shone with the promise of victory and carried a scabbard that prevented its bearer from bleeding. This was more than a gift, it was a test. By accepting the sword, Arthur bound himself to the lady, to the lake, and to the destiny that awaited him. Yet the Lady of the Lake is not always cast in light. Some medieval writers painted her as dangerous, luring men to watery graves, much like the Celtic water spirits that haunted rivers and lochs. In these darker tellings, she was less a protector and more a warning, that beauty and power, when cloaked in mystery, can destroy as easily as they can save. Her final act in Arthur's legend is as haunting as her first. After the king was mortally wounded at the Battle of Camlan, Arthur's loyal knight was commanded to return Excalibur to the lake. Reluctantly, he obeyed. When the sword left his hand, a pale arm once again rose from the waters, catching it and pulling it beneath the surface. With that gesture, the lady reclaimed what was hers, and Arthur's reign came to its tragic end. But what does she represent? Perhaps she is a fragment of older Celtic goddesses, guardians of rivers and lakes who demanded reverence. Perhaps she symbolizes the dual nature of power, the ability to grant greatness and the authority to take it back. Or perhaps she endures as the ultimate mystery, an eternal reminder that the greatest legends are born not in the bright courts of kings, but in the shadows of the unknown. The Lady of the Lake remains one of the most haunting figures in Arthurian lore. Neither villain nor saint, she exists in that dangerous, fascinating space between. She is the hand that gives, and the hand that takes away. And in the stillness of Britain's lakes, one might imagine her presence lingering still, watching, waiting, ready to rise once more.